Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 7906 Southwest Florence Lane here in Portland. We're located at this would be the original rear of the home here. We're actually in the living room. We have a 3-inch cast iron clean out right in the floor under this stair step. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Here at 6 feet it transitions to concrete pipe. And this is a transite concrete. Okay, we're going to do some toilet flushes to help push the camera out. It's pretty difficult at this point. Right here at 150 feet, it looks like I've run into the lip of a pipe. The camera's not moving past this point here. But anyway, we're going to let the line drain out now, and then I'm going to locate and just see where we're at. Okay, I located the camera head here. We're actually only about 1.5 feet, 2 feet shy of the main lateral. Right out front, heads out to Florence Lane. And there are city markings out there that line right up with it, so I know we're right up next to the main lateral currently. Maybe about 1.5 feet to go. I have the water off for a minute there. You could see that joint as I reeled back. It's a little offset. It's not terrible, but we do have standing water here as well. So I put a marking out on the street there. We're at 8 feet 5 inches deep. And with the line all drained out, we have over 1 inch of standing water there. So it's a spot where I do recommend a repair to correct that. That's going to cause, you can see how thick the water is with debris. Stuff can build up there quite easily. And this portion of the line here looks like it's made out of PVC, so we do have another portion of the line out here. Now, it looks like that's where our standing water stops. At this point, I can't push the camera forward anymore, but we're only about 6 inches from where the belly actually starts at about 141 feet and extends out to at least 150 feet. Probably beyond there. That was just where the camera couldn't go any further. But there's only about 2 feet beyond that, so I would recommend just repairing from here at 141 feet out to about 152 feet. That's where the main would be. Okay, located here at the beginning of the belly. The line's totally drained out at this point. It looks like the belly's starting maybe 10 inches or less in front of the camera here. So this starts right at the edge of the street and extends out to the main lateral. We have about 1.5 inches of standing water there in the line. I do recommend it be repaired. If no repair is done, I would make sure you're just being careful as what goes down the line. Only folded toilet paper and limited food down the disposal. And do a rescope in 1 to 2 years after moving in just to see what it's looking like. You'll know if you have to do any kind of somewhat regular drain cleaning on it. This is where it transitioned from concrete over to PVC. Here we have, looks like the end of another belly here. I just marked it. I can't kind of push in and out all that easy on this one without turning water back on, so I'm going to kind of stop and locate all over. But anyway, here at 121 feet we have some standing water. Looks like it's dissipating off. We're in the front yard area within the fence, the front left corner of the yard at about 6 feet 6 inches deep here. Yeah, so the water's kind of settling back in here. Looks like the belly starts here about 114 feet, extends out to 121 feet. We've got about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of standing water here. This is not as significant, but when you get multiple of these in a row, especially with a line that's this length, it's very long. That debris has to be able to travel as quickly as it can through a line of this length. So I am going to recommend a repair here as well. This is again marked in the front yard, and I'm using white paint So right now we have a belly under the roadway, and we have one in the front left corner of the yard. Here we're at 6 feet 6 inches deep at either end of the belly. Here we have another belly that's kind of tapering off right here. Looks like that standing water stopped here at about 62 feet. And that was located at the front left corner of the house, off to the actual, like right where the fence gate is at. This water level is going up to the top of the camera lens here, so we have 3/4 to 1 inch of standing water in this section. Now, it's another belly I'm going to recommend a repair on. Alright, the belly's settling in here. Looks like it starts right here at about 50 feet and extends out to 62 feet. Okay, again, this is at the left side of the home. Starts right at the gate that divides the front and backyard and extends obviously into the backyard area. And we're at 4 feet 3 inches to 4 feet 7 inches, depending on what end of the belly you're at. And again, we have an inch of standing water in this belly. I do recommend a repair here to correct that. We have another belly here that ends at 28 feet. Okay, we're at 3 feet 5 inches deep here. We're near the rear left corner. The line looks like it exits out the. We'll see where it comes out. It's kind of out near the back. With this belly here, the water goes over the camera lens, so we've got 1 inch of water here as well. There's another belly I'll recommend a repair on. This one may have even more than that. It's probably closer to 1.5 inches. It stops here at about 17 feet. I've got to be back behind this corner here for the locate, but it starts there at about 17 feet and extends out to 28 feet. Okay, so right here is actually underneath the flooring, and I'll show this spot when I pull the camera out. But we're right over where the fireplace is on the addition of the home. It's coming back, looks like through the left side of the house, right by the rear left corner. A portion of it is within the foundation of the home. So I'll take a picture of a portion of it. I'm going to push back out here to the end of it and get that part located on the outside of the house. Yeah, this one's looking more, is probably the one that has the most standing water in it here. There's closer to 2 inches of standing water. So this spot right here is basically smack dab underneath the foundation wall. So from here to about 22, 23 feet back towards us, about 6, 7 feet of the belly is underneath the crawl space. So I would correct, get underneath there and correct whatever can be done. I don't know if this back section's on slab or how it's set up, but I do recommend a repair here. Fixed from 17 feet, which again is, I'll show that with the camera right here inside the back living room area, and extends to outside the house. We have about 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches or so of standing water here in that belly. I do recommend a repair there. Now, as an overview, we have a belly from 17 feet to 28 feet. That's the one we just mapped out. We have one from 50 to 62 feet, one from 114 to 121 feet, and 141 to 152. I do recommend repairs on all those to correct the standing water issue, so the line doesn't get clogged up and back up. Recommend a rescope after any repair work is done to ensure it was done correctly. I got some little markers down on the floor in here that I'll point my camera at. So here's the kind of living room area, right over by that fireplace. There's a little red dot on the floor right in front of it, and there's a yellow marker up on the little seating or bench area where the fireplace is at. That's where that belly stops at, is that little red dot there, though. Or starts, however you want to look at it.